Good morning, guys. Today we'll discuss like we are already started OOPS principles. So first principle we done with encapsulation. Second principle we done with inheritance. So today third principle. Okay, third principle, that is polymorphism. First question they will ask, what is polymorphism? Okay. Okay, polymorphism. First one is we have to know what is poly. Poly meaning many. Poly meaning many. Next thing is fism meaning forms. Fism meaning forms. Then what is the definition for the polymorphism? If anyone will ask like what is polymorphism, can you please explain in that case? So for polymorphism, the definition basically, if one object exhibits multiple exhibits multiple behaviors based on the situations, multiple behaviors. Okay, based on the situation is called polymorphism. Are you guys clear with my point? If one object exhibits multiple on the situation is called polymorphism. If one object exhibits multiple behaviors based on the situation is called polymorphism. Okay. Again, the polymorphism is divided into two types. Again, polymorphism is divided into two types. Divided into two types. What are the two types? Hmm. Two types. The first one is, we can say, static polymorphism, or we can say compile time polymorphism. Compile time polymorphism. Okay, the best example for compile time polymorphism is the best example. The second one is, we can say, dynamic polymorphism, dynamic dynamic polymorphism, or you can say runtime polymorphism, or you can say runtime polymorphism. Runtime polymorphism. The best example for the static polymorphism is, the best example for the static polymorphism is method overloading. Method overloading. Method overloading is the best example for static polymorphism. Are you guys clear with my point of? Similarly, the best example for the runtime polymorphism meaning method overriding. Method overriding. Method overriding. The main definition, if one object exhibits multiple behaviors based on the situation, is called polymorphism. And why they as categorized into two types, meaning like the compiler has to decide at the compilation only what kind of object it has to do. Okay, if for example, if I come to my home, so my in my gate itself I can decide where should I go. Should I go to the training room? Should I go to the office? If I go to the training room, I will be act as a trainer. If I go to the office, I will be act as an employee. So same way, in this case, I can decide in my home gate itself. Similarly, in the compilation time also, it will decide, the object has to decide what kind of operation it has to do. So such kind of programs, you can say, compile time polymorphism. The object has to do the object operation, what kind of operation the object has to do, it has to decide at the compilation only. It has to decide at the compilation only. So that's why we are saying compile time polymorphism. That's why we are saying compile time polymorphism. So will go with one by one, then we'll get the clarity. So first one, we'll try to discuss about compile time polymorphism. Compile time polymorphism. First, they will ask, what does it mean by compile time polymorphism meaning? They will ask, it is the process of, it is the process of writing more than one method, more than one method, more than one method with the same file, with the same file is called, it is called method overloading. So this one we can call method overloading, method overloading, method overloading. Are you guys clear with my point? It is the process of writing more than one method within the same file. Then we can say method overloading. This is the best example we are discussing about the method overloading. Okay. Normally, for example, if I take some one class, public class, the class name is demo, and from here if I take this one, and this is the scope of this one, right? Here if I take some methods like void m1 method, okay, and from here to here if I take here if I take some logic here, and here if I pass the parameters int a, and then if I pass another parameters into b, the same method signature I am taking, and I am passing different parameters, meaning I am keeping the parameters. Already this method is also doing the same addition operation, and here also it is doing the addition operation with the three parameters. Here it is also doing the addition operation with the two parameters. In this case it is doing the addition operation with the three parameters, basically. So I will show you one program on it, then we'll get the clarity on it. So simply I will take one example of it. So I can write one program on it, and we'll get the clarity on it. Workspace, you can launch. So here I am taking one class name, that is the calculator class I am taking. So simply I am taking calculator class. My class name is calculator demo. Okay, and then this is my calculator demo. Here I am taking method overloading, meaning it is the process of writing more than one method within the file is called method overloading. Okay, now I will take the methods void add method name, and from here to here this is the scope of the method. And here what I am doing, I am int a comma int b, and then int I am passing the parameters. I am passing the parameters. If I want to return the int, then I can mention int, and here I will return statement. I will mention return statement, and then I'll directly plus a plus b. Okay. Similarly, so this is the two parameters, right? And the same method signature I am taking, and then I am passing three parameters. I am passing three parameters. I'm copying this one, and then here I will mention, and I will pass c, and here I will mention a plus c. Now if you observe, this method is also doing the addition operation, this method is also doing the addition operation, but I am passing the different parameters, like this. I can do one more time, like int cd, like that also, like int c comma int d. Okay, so here also I will mention with c and then d. Here also I can mention with c plus d. Okay, so here we have to, I'm copying this one, this statement, and then I'm coming to here. Then here simply you can mention with int d, and here also you can mention with d. Okay, now these are the which methods? These are the instance methods or static methods. How will you access the instance method? You compulsory you need to create the object. Through that you can call the instance method. My class name is calculator demo, right? Calculator demo. And then for creating the object, main method is required or not required? Main method is required. Why? Because every program compilation will start from the main method only. Okay, we need to take the main method, and then inside the main method we need to create. How can I create the object? With the help of new operator, and then your class name. Okay, and then if you click on control shift 1, you will get the directly one reference variable. Okay, so I am using this reference variable, and then I am passing the variables into a and b. So if you see, I am passing here the parameters 20. So in the compilation time only, so in the compilation time only we are deciding this object want to perform addition of two numbers. Perform addition of two numbers. So similarly, so that's why this polymorphism is called compile time polymorphism. I am saying int a comma c comma, here I am mentioning 10 and then 20, and then I will mention some 30. I will mention some 30. Okay. Similarly remaining all are also same. Okay, here you can take a 10, 20, and here you can mention with 30, and here you can mention with 40. Okay, that normally in this case, so at the compilation time only the object has to decide what kind of operation it has to do. So such kind of programs we can say method overloading meaning same method signature with the different parameters, meaning return type should be the same, and method name should be the same. Parameters are the different. In that case we go with method overloading. So if I run this one, so if you want to print this statement, we need to mention the return statement, sysout statement. So in that we have to mention this one. For example, I want to print the about statement, sysout statement, and then I need to keep this one inside this one. How to take the bracket. Okay, so you can do remaining three as well. So the thing is, if you want to print any statement, you have to mention sysout statement. Okay, you are getting the 30. And if you want to remaining as well, then you can mention, I'm copying this same statement, and then I am paste here. I will paste here. Here I will mention comma 30, and then the same thing I will copy here, and here I will mention 30 comma 40. Okay, I'm saving this one, and then if I run this one, you will get the result. The thing here is, in the compilation time only, it has to decide what kind of operation it has to perform. Okay, like in the interview perspective, these are the regular questions about overloading and overriding. What is the difference between the overloading and overriding? Method overloading meaning it is the process of writing more than one method with the same file, more than one method within the file. Okay, within the file is called within the file within the file is called method overloading. Okay, so simply I am taking the method of calculator example. There I am taking the multiple methods with the different parameters. Different parameters. Overloading meaning we are keeping the parameters. Okay, we are keeping the parameters is called overloading. We are keeping the parameters is called overloading. Okay, so after this, here we need to remember, for example, this method is doing the same operation, which is addition operation. This method is also doing the addition operation, right? So instead of mentioning the addition, should I mention any other name also? Yes, we can mention any other name also. If I mention M1 also, then it will also work. It will also work. But what is the advantage with the overloading? If I write like this, then it will also work. Meaning this method is doing the addition and this method is doing also addition. But the method names is the different. Names is the difference. If I write like this is also valid. But this is like when the methods are doing the same operation. In that time, you should go with overloading approach. Why? Because if I write like this, if any resource will come, so they might be confused. This method is doing the addition operation. This method is doing what kind of operation? The person might be confused. So due to avoid that confusions, so we will make whatever the methods are doing the same operation, we will mention the same method name. So due to that, we can increase the readability. We can easily understand the code. What is the purpose of the method? So we can easily understand the code. So that is the main advantage with overloading, method overloading. Are you guys clear with my point? That is the main purpose, the main advantage with the method overloading is code readability. Code readability. Code readability. So in the method of overloading scenario, you need to remember this point, code readability. You can increase the code readability. Code readability. Okay. Next one we have method method of overloading, overriding. Okay. Method of overriding. Method of override. First one, the definition is it is the process of it is the process of writing same method signature in parent and child classes. In parent and child classes is called method overloading, method overriding. For example, so we have the method execution. Before going to that, we'll try to understand the method execution process, methods execution flow, methods execution flow, execution flow. Okay. Here what will happen when the parent and the child has the both methods, what will happen, we'll try to understand. Okay, for example, here we have the one class. I will take the class name is demo, and from here to here this is the demo class, and here I'm taking one more method, that is public class, some other name I am taking student. Okay, student. Now generally what will happen here, you can assume void m1 method. Okay, void m1 method, void m1 method. This is the scope of the m1 method, and the same method signature here we have, and we will establish the relation between student and demo with the help of extends keyword. Okay, now these two are same methods, right? M1 method and M1 method. So now student is having two methods. One is explicitly M1 method, one is implicitly M1 method. In this case, if I want to call this method, so which method will execute the first? Student. Why only student? What about this M1 method, parent M1 method? Hmm? Are you sure? Hmm? So you guys are saying demo is having M1 method and children is also having a M1 method. When I am calling the M1 method, you guys are telling parent M1 method will execute. Is it okay? I will take the file on it and then I will show you. For example, I will take one more file. Simply can control F and then you want to class, right? So I will create the package first. Package polymorphism. In the polymorphism, I will take two classes. First one is the demo. Okay. Here I am taking two methods. I would say void m1 method and then okay here I'm passing some dummy message that is the sysout statement. Here I am passing some dummy message which is parent m1 method called. Okay. For demo m1 method calling. Okay. Demo m1 method calling. Similarly, this is the scope of the method, right? So here I will take one more class. The class name is test. Okay. Any class name I am taking test. Okay. Now here I will take one more. I would say this class test I will take above the this method. Okay. Here I will take the m1 method void m1. Here the same statement I am copying from here. And then here I will mention m1 we need to mention inside not outside inside the method. Okay, and now I am extends test class. Okay, now demo is having implicitly this method and explicitly this method. Okay, now in this case this is the parent and this will be act as the child. Now I will create the object for the child. So how to create the always object for the child only. Main method, I have to take the main method. Okay, control space bar, and then here I will create the object for the demo, and then this demo I am storing in some reference variable. This reference variable data type is the demo. Now if I call the d1.m1 method, so which method get executed, we'll try to understand. Okay, so if I run this one, run as Java application calculator.java, which is asking calculator.java, not that one. Uh, if you see, demo m1 is calling, which is executing parent m1 method is child m1 method is executing, but you are saying parent. Okay, so that is the thing we have to understand in case of methods execution flow. When the methods have when the parent and child have the same methods, when the parent and child classes have same methods, same method signature, same method signature. So always in that case, in that case, always child class m1 method will be executed first. So in that case, first child class method will be executed. Method will be executed. Are you guys clear with my point? So this is the methods execution flow. So what will happen if it is the multiple inheritance also? So the first child method will be executed the first, and the second time parent class method will be executed. But in case of constructors, parent constructor will be executed after that child. So like that you can remember. In case of methods, first child method will be executed, and then parent method will be executed. In case of constructor, first parent constructor will be executed, next to child constructor will be executed. Clear? Methods execution flow is clear. Okay. Now we'll discuss about the method overriding. Method overriding meaning which is the process of writing same method signature in parent and child classes is called method overriding. Method overriding. Okay. Here also the same. Here I will take two classes. The first one is I would like to take the parent. Okay. I would like to take the parent, and here I will take the one method void m1 method. Any method signature you can take, and uh, the second class I will take the child class public class, and here I would like to take the child class, and from here to here this is the scope of the child class, and same method signature here I will take void m1 method, and from here to here this is the scope of m1 method, right? So I will establish the relation between parent and child. Parent and child. This is clear. Same signature having parent and child class. We can say method overriding. Method overriding. So what is the like? I will tell some real time examples. Then we'll get the clarity on it. For example, after some times you will join in job. Okay. So you are in good salary, and so your life is good salary, and doing job is fine. So one fine day your parents call to you. Okay, your parents call to you, beta घर में आ जाए वो. In our relatives we find out one girl, you can come and you can marry her. uh, so at the time what you will tell? No papa. No, Papa. I have girlfriend. I don't like your implementation, meaning I don't like your selection. I have my girlfriend, so I will marry her. So whenever you don't like the parent implementation, you have your own implementation. At the time, you will go with method overriding. Are you guys clear with my point? So in that case, you are don't liking your parent implementation. So in that case, you will go with your implementation. Okay, the same program. So in another example also, for example, you are going to college. Okay, you are the college student. You are college student, and you are asking to your father, father, I want a bike. Can you please give me? Can you please give? Can you please give money, or can you please give me one bike? So in that time, what your father will do? Hey beta, I have own bike. I have only one bike. So if you want, you can use that bike. Then what you will do? So if you go that bike, so that is not good. So what you will do? You can modify that bike. So according to the current generation, you can modify that bike. You can modify that bike. So there also, like whatever the your father has given the bike, you are doing the modification. You are doing some implementation. So such kind of example also we can say example for the method overriding. I will write the programs on it. Basically, method overriding meaning parent and child have the same signature, and if you see, if the both classes is having the same signature, then which method will be executed first? Always child method will be executed first. Why? Because this is the implementation, this is the old one, and this is the new one. So compared to this one, always child implementation will be executed. Always child implementation will be executed. So that is the advantage with method overriding. Method overriding. Okay, I will write the program on it, then we'll get clarity on it. I'm taking two classes. One is the parent, and then the second one is parent, and the second one is, here I'm taking the method, which the method names you can take anything. So here I am taking some m1 method. So here I am passing some sysout statement. The dummy message here I'm passing is parent m1 method executed. Okay, parent m1 method calling. Next thing is, and I am taking one more class, that is the child class I am taking, control n, and we can select the class, and can give the name child class. Okay, and we can make the relation between, we can make establishment between parent and child class with the help of extents, and then we can mention parent. Now this class is having implicitly one method, m1 method. It's the same thing I'm doing here, like a void m1 method, and here I pass the basis, that one is system dot out dot println. Here I am mentioning child, here I am mentioning child m1 method calling. Okay, these two are instance methods, right? How can I access those two instance methods? Object creation. Okay, how will you create? With the help of new operator. I can mention child, and then, so the both classes is having the same method signature, right? If I call the m1 method, then which method will execute? Always, always child method will be executed the first. So that is the thing we have to remember here. So if I execute this one, I will call this one. Child m1 method is calling. Child m1 method is calling. Are you guys clear with my point? The method, the parameters, if you take the parameters, also the same thing. If you pass the parameters, also same thing. For example, if you pass the int a, and then if you pass the int b, and here if you mention, so here I will take int, and here I will return a, and then plus b, and the same method signature you can take here also. I'm saving this one, and then here I simply I'm coming here, the same method signature I will take here also as well. I will copy from these lines, and then I will paste here, and then here we need to pass the arguments 10 comma 20, right? If I pass the arguments, then which method will execute at the first? Child method. Always child method will be executed. Okay, always child method will be executed. If I want to print this main, we have to mention within sysout statement. We have to mention within sysout statement, system dot out dot println, where we have to mention this one. Where we have to mention this one. If I run this one, then you will get as the child as the result. So not only this one, like in the real time, so we have the every father of all banks is the RBI, right? So RBI will decide, like anyone will take the personal loan, anyone will take the home loan. So RBI will decide some rate of interest. Might be home loan 8.25 and first personal loans 10.25. But all the banks are following the same rules. No, the some companies, some banks, what they will do, they will modify according to their requirement. So they will tell to the RBI. So in our area, if I give that much of interest to the persons to the home loan or any loan, we cannot run our banks in our city. So that's where, due to that one, they will modify according to their interest is they will modify, and then they will give to the like borrowers, whoever is taking the loans from the banks, they will give the loans. So we can write multiple programs on the method overriding. But the concept here, the thing is, we have to understand the purpose of the method overriding. Okay, whenever you don't like the parent implementation, and where we have the your own implementation, at the time you can go with method overriding. When you don't like your parent implementation, your own implementation, at the time. So these are the basic things. So based on this, we have to practice multiple programs. So method overloading, method overriding, so both are very very important. Every interview, these are the regular questions. What is method overloading? What is method overriding? What is the difference between? So when will you go for the method overloading, and when will you go for the method overriding? When the method say is doing the same operation, at the time you should go with method overloading. Whenever you don't like your parents implementation, okay, if you want to write your own implementation, at the time you should go with overriding. Same methods doing same operation, you can go with overloading. Okay, don't like parent implementation, you have to write your own implementation, at the time you will go with method overriding. So these are the two cases you have to understand in case of polymorphism. Okay, multiple examples we can write over on here RBI. So we can write multiple examples on it. Okay, so that's it on it. So anyone have any questions on it, these two areas? లేదు ఇప్పుడు తెల్లారంటుంది.